I am Jeff, and it's sweaty in here, and this is a dodgy stretcher bar, totally made from wood I found in the garage. Art store is really far away, but it's strong and sturdy, and that's all that matters. Got my canvas here, I already cut it. And don't worry, there's cat hair on the canvas. I was an academic bum when I was an undergraduate because I kept going down rabbit holes and taking more and more classes. Theoretical physics worked okay till the exams, which were all math, and I kind of skipped over those classes and went straight to theoretical physics. But the other rabbit hole I went down was paleoanthropology. I'm going to give you the 5-minute version of the history of humans. About 5 million years ago were the Australopithecines, and they were really successful. They organized in groups. They knew which valley to go through to find the best plants. They were eating and scavenging, and we know they mostly ate plants because they had really big molars. And then, about 2.5 million years ago, a guy called Homo habilis comes around. And his name means handyman. So Australopithecus could use tools, but it was mostly stuff that he found. Like, oh, this rock has a sharp edge. It looks like it would be good for cutting. Well, a handyman would look at a rock and think to himself, I know this is a really good material, and look at all the sweat on me. And I know this kind of rock is good for this function, and I can see inside the rock the tool that I'm gonna make. And this sets up the major feedback cycle. Better tools equals better food, so meat especially, equals bigger brain, which equals better tools, which equals more meat, and so on and so on. And then, about 1.5 million years ago, Homo erectus comes along, and Homo erectus is even smarter. He's using the tools and doing something quite interesting, which is playing with fire. So no longer is he completely afraid of fire. He's seen that he can pick up a burning stick from a forest fire and move fire. And that's a major leap. The other thing is he's finding charred animals after forest fires and trying out that cooked meat and thinking, wow, a steak is really good. And then the other thing is cooked meat is portable. Look at the sweat just streaming off of me. It's like 90 degrees in the studio. I'm just getting equal tension on these canvas corners. The other thing with Homo erectus is not only does he know which valley already is good for different resources, he has a sense of wonder. So Homo erectus is the out of Africa guy. He's not thinking, oh, I know there's a good river over that mountain. He's thinking, what if there's something good over those 7 mountains? And so Homo erectus is really migratory and getting smarter and smarter and smarter the whole time. Then, about 1 million years ago, there's a guy called Homo heidelbergensis. Smarter, and then finally we get to Homo sapiens and the Neanderthals. It seems evident that Neanderthals were the first to be able to make fire. So erectus was able to move existing fire, but that's a huge leap. Man creating magic, actually creating fire. And this was knowledge that was also gained then by Homo sapiens. And you can imagine the cognitive leap there. This is about 500,000 years ago. That cognitive leap and the already established wonder of Homo erectus gives us something called time, where we're not just constantly foraging, constantly looking for food. We've got time to think. And when we think, we imagine things. And when we imagine things, we start to make art. The earliest thing we're sure that we have is seashells that have designs carved on them. Now, a seashell is a rather permanent thing, so that tells us that it's likely we were expressing ourselves on things that weren't permanent, like animal hides and rocks. And we've got little sculptures, little statues from the in-between years. And then all of a sudden, our record goes to cave paintings. So we find these cave paintings that are like 40, 50,000 years old. And they have this fully developed drawing style. We can't just believe that all of a sudden, 40,000 years ago, we knew how to draw immediately. That tells us that caves just happen to have preserved those drawings because of their climate. So, at a minimum, we've been making art for 400,000 years. I'm just doing the corners here. And I will tell you, I did good in the paleoanthropology classes. I was sometimes a good student, especially when I got really interested. And then finally, after 7 years, it was probably time to graduate and move on. And that's when I left. And I went to San Francisco Art Institute from the University of Iowa. And I myself became a more creative ape. It's really tough to cut through canvas with a dull scissors. I'm getting there though. I'm getting there. Look at and cat hair on the canvas, cat hair on my shirt. Just always want to make sure that cat hair content is there for you. There we have it. It's drummy. It's all stretched like a present.